Hello and welcome back everyone. This is Holydemonhero back with this SevTech Ages mod playthrough. And as you can see, I did expand my base here in the between lands quite a bit. I made a little stable for these toads because didn't know that you can actually tame and ride them. Yeah. And you use dragonfly wings to tame them, so shouldn't have been killing them. My bad. Also made a very basic farm setup, where I'm harvesting spores, which I got from those little mushroom men. And you can make purified dirt using the purifier, and then you fertilize it with compost. And then you can put seeds in there to grow specific crops here, just for in the between lands. I also went and collected a bunch of geckos, because I'll be needing those later. I made myself a rubber tree bucket. I think I already got that last time. And then a mortar and pestle, because you can start grinding up stuff, and an animator. So, the way that an animator works is that you can put in life crystals, and those life crystals then fix things. And you can also see that I got a whole bunch of new stuff. I was quite busy collecting collecting better materials to make better equipment. So, got now a full Valonite suit. So we can hang up the old one. A new shield, which is great because it also has that charge. And it also reflects projectiles. And then also some gear, which include a sickle, axe, all that good stuff. And so I'm gonna exchange it. And I've been kind of keeping it all hidden in here because, well, you start losing durability on everything as soon as it's in your inventory. So, yeah. If you keep it in chests, however, it seems to retain. You can see it's now slightly corroded just because I had it out in my hands for just a second. The decay rate seems to be somewhat random. Sometimes stuff lasts much longer than others. Okay, but I'm all decked out now with brand new gear. And I wanted to go down into the caverns that we discovered. And I made myself a mine shaft for easy accessibility. Come on, get up there. Right. And also because it became a pain just having to deal with everything going down. And I found this, which is a underground ruins with pots. So you can break these pots, and will we get lucky? No? Well, let's see what we get. Okay, so these pots will have random items inside, and we got some item scrolls, poisoned arrows, some reed rope, and did we get anything else? I think that was it. Okay. So, you know, if you find those pots, you can get random items, which can be very helpful. I also found a nice little area over here, which I can climb down, with a bunch of these crystals and more Valonite. So the Valonite, I've noticed, will only appear in the lower pitstone levels, and it can be quite random. Also, once you get to the underwater levels, you can start finding stalactites that have like whitish crystals in there. And so far I've only ever seen them underwater, but that is where I've been finding those life crystals. So, you know, when you find these, you can mine them, and let's see. Yep, life crystal. So they appear to be spawning anywhere in the underwater caverns layers. And thankfully, the water layers are not as dangerous as the others. Because it seems that, you know, mobs don't seem to spawn underwater, which is great. But also, the mobs are very slow when it comes to swimming. Oh, this one's going to be a toughie. Can I stand on it, maybe? Yes, okay. So these life crystals are going to be quite important for a lot of the things, which I'll show a few of them off as soon as I get out of here. The climbing rope also very helpful. Oh yeah, and I wanted to show off the caving rope too, which it's kind of awkward. You put it down, and then you start walking, and it puts down these little points, which you need quite a lot for because every point that it puts down. And there we got the achievement. Okay, and let's see. If I switch, how can I stop it? Nope. The caving rope will despawn after... okay. So you have to walk over it again to collect it again. So I guess this can help you not get lost, but... I don't know. I had to make quite a lot of it. So I don't know how much I'll be using this. Yeah, but yeah, we got some more Valorite shards. And, yeah. So what I ended up doing is I just started strip mining, making these huge Minecraft tunnels, or mineshaft tunnels, and then using, just, you know, good old strip mining to find as much Valorite as possible. Alright, I'm gonna drop off the items real quick. Oh, that's not good. Put this down. There. These item scrolls, I guess you can make stuff with them using the animator. And the items that you get are random. And you also got this piece of note, which I don't know how to use yet. But yeah, so you can see all the uses for life crystals. You put them in the animator with other things to animate them or fix them. So, you know, you can fix the durability of items like tools and armor. And you can turn certain things, you essentially turn on certain other things, like the Tar Beast art, or, you know, Tar Minions. I also made some little flower pots just because it looks nice. Yay. But yeah, I'm gonna put these climbing ropes away for now. And you know what? I'll hold on to those arrows for now and try them out on the next enemies I see. Okay, so let's take you out. So these Harlequin toads are great for travel in the swamp because, as you would expect, they don't get stuck in mud and they can travel pretty fast through water. Now, they can jump pretty high on their own, but I can't seem to figure out a way how to jump with them when you're riding them. Maybe it just means that, you know, you're weighing them down so they can't jump. But I did a lot of exploring, and pretty close by there was a muddy swamp area. But as you can see, the toads are much quicker, and they seem to have a bit of, just like the horses, they have an easier time climbing than, you know, over certain blocks. So, and again, they don't get stuck in peat or mud. So this is a peat bog where you get a lot of peat blocks. I did collect a few of these. And you also have these wisps spawning. Now when those wisps, when you get close to them, they will despawn. And then if you get far away, they come back. But you can sometimes see these streaks of light, like the Aurora Borealis. And while that is in the sky, the wisp will actually remain there, so you can collect them. So I did collect a few while that happened. Oh. What? What is that? That's just the white? Okay. Okay, now. Let's see. This is one of those larger trees. Now one drawback about these frogs I noticed is that they have a very noticeable habit of running away when you put them down. Kind of like my horses, but even more so. So let's hope this one doesn't up and leave. And I actually tried using rope leads to hold them in place, but they don't seem to care. So will it follow me up here? Froggy? Okay, no. So in these large tree stumps you can find this stuff. Dendrothis, which is kind of like a crystal that you can use for certain glass items. Glass-like items, I should say. So I've been finding trees that have a lot of those. Lead. So I'll probably be collecting a lot more of that in those, you know, rotten tree trunks. Ah, there's the deadly fart gas. So you have this stuff called shallow breath, which can attack you in the peat bogs, and it doesn't seem to drop anything. I haven't got it to, you know, get any loot from them, but they do give you quite a bit of XP, and they can be dangerous because they poison you and just do a lot of damage very rapidly. You gotta watch out. And here we have something else I found, which was a pillar, which you get a little thing that pops up saying ruins. So another thing to watch out for, I guess in peat bogs, you can have these you know, ruins spawning. And you can see that, like, you know, how quickly that thing was doing damage to me. Dang it, boy. Now, what is also helpful with the toad is they have a massive health pool, like around 60, and you can, when you are attacked by something, your toad will sometimes like bump into them and knock them back and damage them. And sometimes that has gotten aggro away from me. I found the toad very useful when hunting dragonflies because, well, you need dragonfly wings to tame the toads and also to make arrows. Let me check my map. Where am I going? Ah, yes. Oh, what's this? A shrine? Oh, wow. Ouch. Evil nails. Are they shooting stuff at me? Huh, okay. Oh, what the hell? A termite? What's in here? Bunch of stuff too. Grab that and go. So I think those are spawners? Ah! Okay. Can't stand still to admire it. A lot of baddies. Okay, well, another thing I discovered here was this weird structure, which is a idol head. So it has giant blocks of stuff in there. And I read up on the wiki that they have like items hidden somewhere around it, but I couldn't find them, so I might just mine this entire thing when it's a little less hectic around. Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, it's actually pretty quick. Oh, that is super helpful. So even if you're on a frog in water, you don't count as swimming. Graceful. I could just eat something. Jam, donut. Delicious. Nope. Okay, that's a bit awkward. There we go. Don't need rotten food. Frog legs. Don't need any of that. I will take the block of metal. Okay. There. Okay. Don't run away. I can hear one of those lurkers nearby. Now, even though I was killing them quite a lot last time, apparently they're not hostile, so you don't have to kill them. Although they do drop those lurker skins, so... Yeah, come inside, frog. There you go. Mm. How much of... Aha! And what do we have? More sap and metals. Okay, yeah, no, that's right. Yep, ouch. Okay, not a great place I built myself into. Ah. Okay. Throw that away, and that, and lead. Come on, let's go. Okay, got the lead. All right, you got it. We're good. And out. All right, let's see. What other destinations can we go? Sludge bog. What was that? Yes. If you're in the open watery areas, you'll find that a lot of the lurkers and the anglerfish will spawn, and they actually fight each other. So, you know, you can actually just sit there and collect the loot from both of them as they fight. But yeah, I found this biome as well, which has slimes that look horrifying. Let's see, we get sludge balls from them. Okay. See that white coming towards us? Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, please throw some of this stuff away. I'll keep the voodoo doll. I need that. Don't need snail flesh. Actually, don't need these either. Okay. So I do need sludge. Ah! That. Alright, that was a bit awkward. So you can see me like jumping forward. I was actually not moving forwards. That was all the frog on its own. Yeah, so you can collect the sludge also from the trail that the slimes leave behind. Just how you do with snow. And you do need that sludge. Because it's one of the things you need to make snails breed, as well as some other things. Let's see. Yeah, let me bait. Don't get him, frog. Good job. Small snug. What's that in there? It's just an item. Okay. It's getting dark. That's not good. So, you're also supposed to find what are called tar beasts, which supposedly spawn in these. And the only time I've ever seen one was during a blood moon event, which the sky just turns red and a bunch of enemies spawn very frequently. Yeah, this would be very annoying to get through without the frog because, you know, all the mud here slows you down a lot. Also, while you're riding on a frog, you seem to be immune to stuff like poison ivy and nettles. Alright, we're heading back. Yep. Well, while we're on the way, another thing we can check out. Probably see from a distance. Okay, so yeah, you can see that Aurora Borealis in the sky. That means that you can now collect wisps. So if we see some wisps, we can harvest them. Whoa. Okay. Chunk that hasn't loaded. Weird. Should be right in front of me. Watch, it's gonna just suddenly load in. Come on. Load in. There it is. So, you can see a big tower, and when I got close to that, a bunch of bad things spawned. Bunch of whites and the hags. So, yeah, I'm guessing that's some kind of dungeon, but get up there. Yep, there it is again. So, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet, but, you know, once I get all the good gear, I will come back and check that out. Even though, yes, I realize I have diamond stuff equipped, or the equivalent of that. Yeah, I definitely recommend, as soon as possible, trying to tame a toad, because it's been making travel so much easier. The only drawback is that they need quite a large open area to fit through, and they tend to run away, so you gotta watch out for that.